is regarding the ignore function. I'm going to start by illustrating what we know works, what doesn't work. So first off, we've got our test subject here who's volunteered, Shannara, and I'm about to place her on ignore. Like a charm, works normally. Still has a presence on the who list though. I don't know if that's normal or not, only the devs will. As it probably shouldn't be. And of course she still shows online and active on the guild roster. So if another guild member was on ignore to her, they would still see her presence. Again, don't know if that's intended or not, just included for the report. Okay, so now we're going to remove her. We're using in this case, the standard ignore box method, because I can't right click unignore. And there she is, she's back. Now we're going to add her via the standard input method. Same results. Which is what we want to see, if that's how it's supposed to function. And finally, we get into the last part, which is the slash command for ignore, which is my understanding supposed to operate the exact same way. Selected, slash ignore. Disappeared from the friends list, still visible. And that confirms that she is still able to be heard in both group and in normal chat. However, she dropped off the list here. Now here's the fun part. Supposedly if you use the ignore command twice on the same person, they're supposed to come back. No restoration. So that means that the friends list is not being fixed. Also, after I remove and re-add her, things go back to normal briefly, but after a while, she'll vanish from the list again, which is kind of problematic. We'll remove her from all groups, because I can't tell she's, oh, also, the slash command, not in the ignore box. We'll demonstrate both. So let's close it out first, and I'll show you before and after. I'm not going to re-add her till friends till we're done with this part. All right, she's on the ignore list, right? Empty. All right, so given we know that, now I'm going to go ahead and re-add her back to my friends list because she's a good friend. And there she is. And that will stay up there for a little while, but I did notice earlier that it just vanished again after a while. I've confirmed with her she is on visible to all for certain. She's only got one checkmark boxed upper left corner. So that should not be playing a role in her visibility. And she doesn't disappear from the who list when using the slash ignore or from the guild list either. I've tested that before the stream. And given I've already tested, the other functions, let's do it again just to demonstrate. that it's repeatable. Okay, now that's odd. That is very bizarre. Earlier it did not do that. It's like it does it half the time. But obviously she's not being ignored. It obviously is not cutting her out. Still shows on who. Still shows on Guildmaster list. So she is like completely unaffected by that /ignore command. And there's probably a lot of people right now that are trying to use that and don't realize that it does not work at all. All right, so just to be sure she hasn't been removed. Nothing. All right, so that concludes the bug test. It shows the functions of both the add remove functions on the system list, the add remove function or the ignore functions. Yeah, the add remove ignore functions on the system list, the ignore function via the right click, and also the / command, which appears to be broken. So that is the final bug report. I will be sending this to YouTube.